So last week we learned how to draw pedigrees or family trees to show how people are related in a family. So in this family we have 8 people. These 2 parents have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Our younger girl got married to this man who also has 2 parents and a younger sister. This week, we want to learn how to label family trees with genes so we can keep track of how traits are being passed from parent to offspring. In this case, the trait we care about is eye color. A trait is an inherited characteristic that gets passed down through genes. We're going to simplify eye color just a little bit and pretend that there are only 2 eye colors. You could either be blue or not blue. So obviously the genetics of eye colors is a little bit tough, but it is true that the only way you can have blue eyes is that if both parents pass down a recessive allele. We're going to use the letter E for eye color. So in order to have blue eyes, both parents have to give the recessive gene, or in this case, little e, little e. Both mom and dad had to pass down a little e. If not, you ended up with blue eyes. If both parents gave you the not blue eye gene, you are big E, big E. If only one parent gave you the not blue eye gene, you are big E, little e. So these are your possible genotypes: little e, big E, or big E, little e. The way that we name these is by saying homozygous recessive, because you have 2 of the same and both are little. Or you could say homozygous dominant because you have 2 big. Or you could say heterozygous. Hetero means different, meaning you have 1 big, 1 little. So on a family tree, we shade the people who we are interested in their phenotype. So in this case, we are interested in people with blue eyes. So number 6 and number 4 have blue eyes. The only way they could possibly have blue eyes is if both parents gave them the little e allele. So both the 4 and 6 have the genotype little e, little e. Everybody else on here has not blue eyes, and so we know for sure that they inherited at least 1 big E. So when you do problems like this, find the people who are recessive, in this case the people who are have blue eyes, and give them their homozygous recessive or their little. Then go back through and give everybody else their big. When you try to figure out the other allele for all these other people, it works like this. So 1 and 2 have a blue-eyed child. The only way that it's possible for them to have a blue-eyed child is if both parents gave a little e. Over here, 4 has 2 children, and we know that the only thing she can give her children is a little e. So both 7 and 8 are heterozygous or big E, little e. The interesting people on this tree are 3 and 5. For number 5, we know for sure he is a big E because he has not blue eyes, but we don't know what his other allele is. We don't know if mom and dad, they could have both given a big E, or one parent could have given a big and the other could have given a little. Since we don't know, we just put a dash. A dash tells us we know they have a gene, we just don't know what it is yet. Same for number 3. His children are both heterozygous. We don't know we know for sure he passed down a big E, but we don't know what his other allele is. It could be a little, and we just don't know.